Hey there friends, and welcome to The Persistence. I'm playing today on my Oculus Rift S by way of Steam VR. So guys, I'm excited. I've been excited ever since I learned that The Persistence was coming to PC VR, and now the day has finally come where I actually get to try it out. I want to go ahead and take this opportunity to thank the good people at Firesprite for granting us review access. Now, with that said, let's quit talking. Let's play this game. We're going to do a campaign.
Nothing prepares you for deep space. The vastness of it all. Some say it makes them feel small, insignificant. I can't say I share that feeling.
Makes me feel awesome.
I helped make this ship. The Persistence. She feels like mine. All that power. How could anyone feel insignificant next to that possibility?
Oh man.
I have one hope to save her. To save myself.
The flashbacks.
I have to make a person. Shape flesh from their genetic pattern. Link it to a digital copy of their mind. If anyone is going to escape the Persistence alive, it is going to depend on this person I am bringing back to life.
Man, I have mental trauma from playing this.
It's going to depend on you. On you never giving up. Together, we have to keep going. It's time to go.
That's true. This is an aptly named game. You have to be persistent to progress in it. You're going to die a lot. It's part of the game, actually. That's the only way to progress, is through dying. I know that might sound weird right now, but it's going to make perfect sense in a moment.
Did something happen? This body feels like it was just printed.
Oh, Zimri, you don't know how good it is to hear from you. Your new muscles are going to be stiff, so make sure you look around. Move your head about, please.
Just throw your hands way up in the air.
Now open the blast shutters. I need to show you something.
Open the blast shutters. Alright, so we have comfort controls, standard controls, and snap. Well, let's go with standard. Whoa, whoa. There's a pretty heavy vignette when I move. Let's take a look at the options here. Alright, so comfort options. Bingo. We are going to turn off the vignettes. We are going to turn up the rotation speed. And we'll leave rotation acceleration on. We'll turn the 180 turn on. Dash teleport. Yes, yes. Alright, everything looks good. What else do we have? A conversation log, assist mode, controls. I already know the controls. I played it on PlayStation. I gotta imagine they haven't changed much. Now, I will say that this is a gamepad only game. So, let's show me Xbox controls. Hold on. Show PlayStation. There we go. Bingo. Now look at that. I'm playing with my DualShock 4. At least as of right now, and again, this is a week before the game actually launches, so they may add support later, but there's no Oculus Touch support as of right now. I had hoped that maybe there would be an option to use the touch controllers as a gamepad, but as of right now, no. You have to use a standard gamepad, which is fine. As you can tell, the controls and the gameplay are all gaze-based, and it actually works really well. I know a lot of you purists out there are put off when there's not hand presence, but trust me, this game plays just fine with a gamepad. Let's resume. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Let's open these blast shutters. Now, in on PlayStation, if I were playing this on PlayStation or PS4 Pro, and I guess I should say PSVR because it actually is coming in flat mode to PlayStation 4 and Xbox and Nintendo Switch. But if I were playing this on PSVR, everything here right now would be very shimmery. There would be a lot of aliasing going on, and that's no fault of the game itself, just a limitation of the 7-year-old hardware, right? But in the Steam version here, powered by my 1080 Ti, everything's just clean and beautiful, and looking at it through the improved resolution in the Oculus Rift S, so far so good. Everything is just as I had hoped it would be.
There was a spark gap event on the last singularity jump. Riptus, of course.
A black hole? Where the hell are we, Serena?
Listen, the deck portal is out. I need you to recover a data module from the storeroom. I'll unlock the door for you.
Check out that black hole. I think we're a little too close, right? If that were actually a black hole, we'd probably be doomed. She wanted me to go in here. And the way you interact with things in this game,
there's a barricade just beyond the door into the storeroom. Please take a closer look.
The way you interact with things in this game is you'll see these icons, and all you gotta do is look at them for a moment. And just like that. That goes for compartments.
Use the microporter in your suit to cross this barricade.
Like compartments.
Why is the storeroom barricaded?
One step at a time.
Any compartments that you might find to search and scavenge will also have icons on them like that. But the location of these, the location of everything changes every time you die.
You can port past the barricade. It's just a short port.
Alright, so this teleport is very similar to Half-Life Alyx, only it's gaze-based. So you just kind of look at where you want to go, hit the button, and whoop, just like that.
I'm unlocking the storeroom. Brace yourself.
Alright, so here's a compartment. Like I said, you can search these all throughout the ship, and the location changes every time you die. The location of everything changes because the level is the levels are procedurally generated.
Please open the door, Zimri.
Got some fab
I
chips.
need you to see this.
Hold your horses. It's the most impatient AI I've ever seen. What do we have here? More fab chips. Fab chips are what you use to fabricate weapons, if I remember correctly.
You need to go through the door to the secure storeroom. We haven't time for you to mess around.
We've got all the time in the world, lady.
That's me.
It looks like you, but it's just meat.
Just meat.
It's dead, but you're still alive, okay? Please, pick up that harvester.
She says it's just meat now. So this is the concept for the game. This is my dead body on the floor here. My consciousness lives on through this clone that I'm inhabiting. Every time one of these clones die, the ship...
Pick up the harvester. We don't have time to mess around.
The ship AI will create a new one, and my consciousness will be transported into that. As time goes on and you get killed more and more, and come in the new clones, you will develop new abilities and progress throughout the game. Right, so it wants me to pick up this.
Now use that harvester on your old body.
Stem.
We need your DNA for printing future clones.
So we have this stem cell harvester here, and this is one of the cooler things about this game is you can use this as a weapon, but also collect stem cells, which you need to upgrade your clones. So we're just gonna. Stem cells just like that right there.
It's just you and me, I'm afraid. We're the last survivors. The data module is right next to your old body. You can't miss it. That's the data module we need. Right. Put that into the deck portal in the other room, please.
Put it in your butt and shut your mouth. Alright, so go back to the main deck. This is where you will return every time that you die. You'll come back here. This is where you'll spawn at, and you will use the items that you collect throughout the levels to upgrade yourself with this machine and
Retrace
this
your
machine.
steps to where we started. The deck porter is right next to the clone
I
printer.
know where the deck porter is, okay? I don't need your help.
I'm powering up the portal now.
What the hell is going on, Serena?
When we misjumped, it fried a lot of key systems. The clone printer here still works, but the auxiliary... well, it's printing bodies, but they aren't human. I need you to be strong, Zimri. No one else can help us now.
Okay, so what she said is that the ship is badly damaged and it's printing more clone bodies, only they're not human. So those are going to be your enemies, and just wait until you check these guys out. Not for the faint of heart. Alright, so this is how you travel between the different decks. There are 4 of them. Alright, so we're on the first deck, the start of the first deck. Every time I get killed, we will come right through here just like always after upgrading our new clone. You'll come in to one of these and you just look at it and it pops up the map of the deck. Now, the destinations on this map will remain the same. We have the recovery ward, we have the star drive deck, which I think is one of the places we need to go. The Iris Control, I think, is our ultimate destination on this deck 1. But the cool thing about this game is that every time you die, this map changes. Like, it's completely procedurally generated, and so the levels, you never memorize the levels. It's like a new playthrough every time. The only way that you actually are able to progress is through progressing your character, getting new weapons, new abilities, and being careful. You can't be too gung-ho with these evil clones. They are tough, man. Alright, so it's been a while since I've played here, so bear with me. Looks like there's a evil clone in there. You want to sneak up on it. You do not want to fight these things head to head unless you just have to.
Watch yourself. There's one of them ahead.
I see it.
You need to creep up carefully from behind. Crouch if you have to. If you can inject a dart from your harvester at the back of the neck, you can extract some high-quality stem cells from its spinal cord.
Understood.
So you need those stem cells to progress your clones. And one of the cool things about the stem cell harvester is you can sneak up on the enemies.
Nicely done. The console should open that door.
And not only kill them, but actually gain something for yourself. So that's awesome. Alright, so the game, these are what stem cells look like when you find them laying around. You just have to stare at them for a moment, and you collect them. Got some fab chips. Erebus token actually, I think, unlocks different items for you to fabricate. The Erebus tokens unlock, actually I think they may unlock new abilities for your clone, now that I mention it. It's been a while. I think the fab chips are what you need to fabricate things. Stem cells, fab chips, Erebus token. We're hitting the mother load right off the bat. Alright. So we need to there's a health kit. Do I even need it? Health is at 100. Don't need it. Some more fab chips. Want to remember that's here in case we get in trouble in a minute. We can run back and collect that. Let's unlock the door here.
Is there a shield in this suit?
Yes, but it only lasts a moment. You'll have to time your parry carefully. That's it. Now you just have to time your attack. You did it! I knew you were up to this, Zimri. There's a lot of them out there, so don't be afraid to use stealth. You can't fight them all, you know.
Alright, so this guy actually dropped something here. What did he drop? Some fab chips. Enemies do drop things. Weapons, fab chips. Alright, I thought I got hurt there, but I guess my shield protected me. Went ahead and collected that. 25 health to, no, I did get hurt. Just barely, but I got hurt. Alright. So that's what it's like to fight one of those things hand to hand. And here's what I'm talking about. You scavenge these things here all throughout the level. Alright, when you see it spark like that, that means the panel's broken. And if you continue to try to open it, it'll blow up and hurt you. So when it's like that, you just have to move on. Some stem cells and some fab chips. And this is the name of the game. We're just going to sneak our way through the decks, collecting everything we can find as we go, make it as far as we can without dying, and then when we die, we're going to upgrade our character and start all over again. It's a very grindy game, but it's
Picking up some slow movement near you. Could be listeners.
What's the profile?
Top of the head hasn't formed properly. But watch yourself. They're printed with a pistol and not shy about opening fire.
Well, that's something we have in common.
Alright, so the listeners can't see you, but if you make any noise, they'll shoot you with their gun. So you have to be very careful.
Okay, what's the priority?
Iris is on this deck. You could head over to her and get the jump vectors calculated.
Understood.
Just watch yourself, please. Those things are out there, and they are out for your blood.
So she just basically told me I need to go to that Iris control deck that we saw on the map back there. And I'm so happy to have this on PC. I mean, it's the same game. I mean, it's identical, but the picture's just so much cleaner on PC than on the PlayStation VR. Now, this Super Sense that you're seeing it prompt me with here, this is kind of like I don't know if you use that echolocation thing on Aspire 1. It's kind of like that. You press that button, it sends out a pulse. Here, I'll show you. See that guy up there? Let's imagine that I couldn't see him, but he's behind a wall. Oh, what the hell? He heard me.
Nicely done.
This is what happens when you kill one of these guys with a gun.
9mm. Standard issue to military personnel.
You get to keep the gun.
To manage your inventory, hold the button displayed.
Hold R1 for inventory. Alright, so we can pick the stem cell harvester, or we have a gun with one apparently round in it. So we're gonna stick with the stem cell harvester for now, but I've got to find some health or I am screwed. So I just took 3 or 4 shots from that guy. Anyway, the super sense allows you to see through walls, kind of with this echolocation thing, and it looks here. Let's find some health. Stem cells, fab chips. You want to be careful not to accidentally open up these doors. Again, it's all gaze based, and all you got to do is look at it, and it could open whether you intend for it to or not. I gotta find some health. It's very distracting, this pulsing that's going on right now. There's a health kit. Very good. Alright. So now that we have that, I'll show you how this super sense works. You just press the triangle button and it sends out this pulse. And then you can see where enemies are at. And when it turns green like that, you'll see the enemy's silhouette. Let's go to this door over here. There was an enemy in here. Can't really see him. Must not be close enough. Anyway, super sense is very handy because you're going to play most of this game as a stealth game for reasons which you just witnessed. You don't want to fight any more than you have to. Okay, good. So here's a fabricator. This is an armory fabricator. There are different kinds of fabricators.
There's an armory fabricator here if you want some extra firepower.
There are different kinds of fabricators which allow you to craft different kinds of items. The armory fabricator allows you to craft weapons.
You can use any Erebus tokens you find to unlock and upgrade weapons at these fabricators.
Okay, so I had it right the first time. The Erebus tokens unlock things at the fabricators. So what you would do is you would pick a weapon, and I really don't. Swarm droids are pretty cool. So if I want to unlock this, and again, it won't. This isn't to fabricate it, but just to unlock it so I can fabricate it. It costs 1 Erebus token, of which I have 4. So I would unlock that, like so.
Unlocked.
Now I think that stays unlocked now, even if I die, but I might be wrong about that. To craft or fabricate some swarm droids, it costs 150 tokens or fab chips. I have 12.95, so we'll go ahead and make one. But you want to be careful about not making too much stuff, because when you die, you lose the items that you're carrying. So you can keep your fab chips, but the items that you spend them on, you lose that. So let's go ahead and make one of these. Now these items are very useful, especially when you get further along and you're facing more advanced enemies. You're going to need stuff like this, but we don't need it this moment, so we're just going to switch back to the stem cell harvester, and I'll use that in a moment when we have multiple enemies, and let you see what that actually does. Alright, so I don't know what's in this room. I'm going to use my super sense to look. See, did you see that? There's a guy behind that wall, and the super sense shows me that he's there. So keeping that in mind, we're gonna quietly progress here.
Getting some wicked power spikes near where you are.
What should I look for?
Any powered system could blow up under the wrong conditions. Even a hatch motor. Just be careful.
So we're going to be very careful. The ideal situation would be if we could sneak up on that guy. So he's looking away. We might be able to actually do it if we're slow and quiet about it. That's how you want to do it. You do not want to fight these guys. That's the way that you get killed. And again, you're going to get killed, but you want to make it as far as you can without doing that. Alright, stuff all over the floor here. Pick it all up. And again, we have a map so we can see where we're at. So we came from here, and now we're here. We're trying to make it to Iris Control, which is way over there. You see these exclamation points? That is that's a risk-reward proposition there when you see stuff like this. If you can manage to survive whatever's in this room, there's a supply crate, and you'll get some really awesome things for your trouble. But it's a gamble, because if you get killed, you have to start all over again, and the map changes, and yeah, that can be very frustrating. Like the rec center or the rec room here. Another arm. Is that the same one? Might be the same one. It's just that. I hear a guy somewhere. There he is. Over time, you can upgrade the range of your super sense. So get close enough. Now in a room like this, there should be some health lying around, and I need some health, so let's search a little bit. Well, there's another guy over there. What is that? Grab hook.
Anti-gravity projectile. Pick up enemies and inflict. I
don't think I've used that before. Only got 3 shots with it though, so we better make them count, huh? Save it for more advanced. Well, you know what? Why not show you guys some of the goods here? Let's use the grab hook on this dude. I just beat that guy to death. I've never used it before. I was just assuming that was what I was supposed to do with it. Apparently I did it right, because he's not moving. Can I still get the stem cells? No. That's the thing about when you actually attack the guys instead of sneaking up on them. You don't get that stem cell reward for being stealthy. We have a vending machine. Check that out. There was token in there. There's stuff everywhere. That's what I really like about this game. is, you know, I like to explore. Now, what you have to be careful of, though, is not getting too bogged down in that aspect of it, because you're going to die a lot. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you're good. You've got loads of stem cells and loads of fab chips. You got enough stuff. But if you're like me, it's hard to just go and pass it all up when you know it's sitting right here. But really, that's what you've got to do at a certain point. You can only spend so much time scavenging, you know? Alright, I don't even remember which direction I came from. Not this direction.
Panels here are overloaded. Keep a wide berth from any that are arcing with electricity.
Okay, yeah, so this is something else you gotta watch out for. Or, floor panels that are arcing with electricity. If you stand on them, they'll electrocute you. Like that guy. We have here another armory fabricator. I'm sure that one has different weapons, but we've got one of those dudes with a gun. Have to be very quiet. Right, see that panel? How it's arcing like that? I can't step on it. If I walk over there, I'm dead. Now, I don't remember if the enemies can walk on it or not. Maybe I can get around the other way. Maybe there's a hatch or something. Alright, we have to be very careful here. Oh, my bitch. Let's grab my swarm droids. See how he likes that. Did they not kill him? There they go. So that's what swarm droids do. See them? They're flying around there. They protect me. Health that I need badly. There's some more fab chips. So yeah, not a bad idea to keep some swarm droids in your back pocket. Obviously very effective and just overall cool, you know. Alright, gotta be careful here. We already opened that. I thought there was a make some more swarm droids if I've got one of those machines close. Alright, so here I am, firearm fabricator, just through the door and to the right. So, through the door, to the right. Those maps are very helpful, and especially since the levels change, you know, you're going to be staring at those maps quite a lot, so get used to that. Alright, what do we have here? Storm Fury firearm, the Needle firearm, so we've got guns here. The Sentinel, which is the one I've got already, and then Valkyrie. And of course you can click on any one of these and read what they do. I'm not looking for any new guns right now. I actually was hoping that I could craft some more swarm droid grenades.
There's a supply crate here. See if you can reach it. It's likely to have something really useful. Lower the blast shields from the terminal before the compartment decompresses. Hurry!
So if you notice, the thing just let me fill my health up. There's a reason for that. They're not just being generous. And we're going to give it a shot here and see if we can actually get the supply crate open. I don't know if we can or not. We're going to try it though. No, I don't remember exactly how you're supposed to do it. Maybe there's a run. All right, so this is what happens when you die. This is the clone we've been using, the security officer. One of the features of using this specific clone is that you get a 25% discount at the armory. So when we fabricate things, we can do it cheaper when we're using this one. It's the only one we have right now, but as time goes on, you collect the DNA profiles from more and more of these officers, and they each have different abilities. So we're gonna go ahead and print a new one, and right back to the beginning we go.
That could have gone better.
They got your host body, that's all. I printed you another. This is our one safe place. But I'm sorry. You have to go out again. I'm counting on you, Zimri. I know you can do this.
Alright, so what you generally do after you die like that is you'll come over here to this schematic fabricator. Now, we haven't found any schematics yet, but if we had, we could come here and you see all this different things that you can upgrade. Force field, that's that shield that you saw me use during the fighting sequence. You can purchase different upgrades to each one of these things. You have your super sense. I told you could extend the range of that. You can, but you have to find schematics to be able to upgrade this equipment. And we don't have any schematics yet. The other thing that you can upgrade besides your equipment is your actual clone, and you do that here with the stem cells.
Here, you can use the stem cells you've harvested to enhance your clones.
So we have 4 different categories here. We have dark matter, and what dark matter is, it's the energy that supplies not only our shield that you saw us use during the fight, but our super sense. All of that stuff uses dark matter energy, and you can increase your dark matter energy by using stem cells to upgrade here. Of course, there's your health. Everybody knows what that is. You can upgrade that. Stealth makes you quieter, makes you less likely to get shot by those jerks with guns. And then there's melee damage. Again, self-explanatory. Alright, so if any of you guys know, I don't know if I even have enough money to, or stem cells to do any of this stuff, but I'm always a defense first type person when it comes to upgrades. Make it so that it's harder for the enemy to kill me first, and if I'm not dead, I'm pretty confident in my ability to kill them. So we're going to try to see if we can upgrade our health. Yeah, so 500 to upgrade the health to 200%. Literally double your health for half of my stem cells. We'll take that all day. And now that's a permanent upgrade that will be applied to all future clones. Alright, let's go out of here and well, I don't like melee fighting, so I'm not really concerned about that. So we have stealth, we can get quieter, and we have dark matter, which is our energy supply, which I haven't had any issues with running out of energy yet. So let's upgrade our stealth here. Oop, 5,000 to upgrade your stealth. I guess we're not doing that. Dark matter, 5,000. Melee damage, 500. Well, Since 500 is all I've got, and this is the only upgrade I can afford, why not? Alright, so you see how it works there now, right? Check it out. Watch it apply the upgrades to your clone. It's pretty cool. Put your hands in. And just like that, we are now stronger. So we've had a minor setback because we have to start over, but now we're going back into it stronger. We have 200% health instead of 100, and our melee attack is twice as strong as it was the first time. So this is how you progress in the game. It's one of the coolest things. So we're just going to go over here just so we can search out these boxes real quick. Get whatever's over here. Notice that the compartments this time are in a different spot than they were the first time. The first time the compartment was over there. Now it's over here. This door is locked. Alright. We're gonna go back to deck 1. Maybe I should have been using dash, because I don't think there's a run. Like, I'm pressing in the thumbstick and it's not running. Yeah, there's no run button, so I guess what I have to do to get down that corridor more quickly next time and not die is use my dash like that.
I locked this portal to deck 1, but it could be expanded if you can find some additional deck modules.
Well, I'll keep my eye out for that. See? You can find these deck modules to teleport to the other 3 decks, but we're not worried about going to deck 2 yet because we've barely scratched the surface of deck 1.
The layout's changed.
The macrostructure configurator has been on the fritz ever since the spark gap. Don't know if it's a malfunction or an effect of the black hole, but it keeps shuffling the deck models.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. Not only do they have these maps here on the wall, and again you can see now all the layouts changed. The iris control, which was over here before, now it's down here. Star Trek dive, same Star Drive deck was right here where iris control is before. Now it's over here. We're starting way up here now. So everything's different. All of these fabricators are in different places. All of the upgrades and tokens that you need are in different places. Every time you die, the whole thing changes, except for these destination rooms. These remain the same. So the way it's done, it doesn't feel procedurally generated. It just feels like a fresh new, pre-rendered level. Really just a great concept for a game, and it's really awesome. There's nothing else like it in VR or out of VR, honestly. Not that I'm an expert on flat games anymore, but nothing I can say definitively. There's nothing else like this in VR, and there aren't very many single-player, story-driven campaigns that provide replayability the way that this game does. All right, so what I wanted to show you was the personal map. I forgot that there was a personal map as well. You don't have to wait to find the ones on the wall. You can actually bring up the how do we bring it up? So these are my objectives. That's not it. But it just told me a moment ago how to do it, and now I can't do it anymore. Oh, forgot about that too. We've got a flashlight. That's helpful. Just leave that on. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know there's a way to get to the map, and it just showed me how to do it. But it's not working, so we're just gonna not worry about that, I guess. So as you can see, as we just said, the entire layout has changed for the whole place. And this is the name of the game. Playing stealthy, scavenging, collecting things, upgrading your character, and getting killed and doing it all again. Until you get to the point where you're so strong. Oh, it's one of those jerks. Slowly. So you don't get to keep your weapons from life to life, but you do get to keep the stem cell harvester throughout the whole thing. But as long as you can find this guy and kill him,
9mm.
you get to pick up this 9mm. You don't get very much ammo for it, but that one's pretty easy to find. The other weapons, on the other hand, are quite difficult. You have to fabricate those most of the time. So watch where that guy's going. See if we can sneak up on him. Hopefully he's alone in here. Appears to be. Get to him before he turns around. Come on. Boom. Gathering up tons of stem cells, man. They're everywhere. What do we have here? This is another firearm fabricator. Again, not really interested in guns. Guns are expensive, and you don't get to keep them anyway. You're gonna die. So I normally, when it comes to buying stuff like that, I wait until I have a specific use for them. Like if I know that there's a room full of bad guys over there that's going to kill me, I'll come back out and go to one of those and, you know, prepare for it. There's a guy in there, I can hear him. Right there. Is it one of those gun dudes? I think it is. I don't know. Can't tell. Looks like one. Yeah, sure enough. We'll get some more ammo. And some stem cells if we play our cards right. That guy's dead, and now...
9mm.
How many rounds do we have now? 4. Trust me, that gun does come in handy. These are basic enemies. Wait till you see like the advanced ones. Those things are gonna blow your mind. Another health pack. See, now that I don't need it, the health packs just flow at me, right? They're everywhere. This is pretty cool. These big panels here, these big screens. Sometimes you can get information about the ship on them. Sometimes they have these switches, or that's just a compartment. There are other ones that have switches and you can actually manipulate them. So again, very much like the first time through. Just stuff hidden everywhere that you need. Maps on the walls to show you where you're at. Alright, so if we want to head toward the iris control, we're going to want to head right from where I'm staring at right now. You can see what direction that you're looking in, and I need to come down through here. There's a melee weapon fabricator, and then there's a medical room. Hang a left at the medical room, and then a right, and we'll be well on our way to the iris control. And we're getting back to these. What was that? Oh crap. See that thing? Give me my gun. Is it dead? Oh, there's another one. I think that might be a normal one though. Did you see that? How fast? No, crap. See, that guy, you don't want to screw with that guy. You don't want him to know that you're there because, as you can tell, they're quite fast. Oh, I found a schematic. Now with that schematic, I will be able to actually upgrade some of my equipment. You can't control what it is, you know, it's just you'll discover what it is after you get killed and go to the fabricator. But one of my things, you know, whether it be my super sense or my shield, something along that line is going to be upgraded next time I die. And that's the name of the game. That's how you play. It's frustrating and gratifying at the same time. It's very odd. And again, probably the most aptly named game I've ever played, The Persistence. Because you just have to be persistent. To make any kind of progress anyway. You have to watch yourself around these things. This is like an elevator. It takes you up to the top floor, but a lot of times there are bad guys up there that will just come down on you without any without you expecting it. The environments are so good looking. That's what makes the one of the things that really makes the the roguelike elements work in this game. Is the levels look so good, you know. Alright, so we have an armory fabricator here. What kind of stuff can we get from this one? Alright, so this is a melee fabricator. We have a riot baton we can use, a melee lance, peacekeeper, ivy serum. I think this ivy serum, I think this is the one I really like. Mind altering serum. Injection of ivy serum will convert even the most fearsome of enemies to become your ally. Yes, I love the ivy serum.
Unlocked.
We're gonna make one of those.
Serum known as Ivy. Injected enemy will become your ally.
So now if I find an enemy and inject them with this thing, they will protect me, fight to the death to protect me. And you know, with these scrub enemies that are on the first deck, that doesn't sound like such a big deal. But as you progress and get to some of the tougher enemies, it's pretty awesome having them on your side. But we'll go find an enemy to use this on and show you guys how it works. And then I think we may just go ahead and wrap it up and call it a video, because I'm sure you guys don't want to just sit and watch me grind for hours in this thing. What is that?
Seems safe here. And there's plenty of medical supplies too.
Okay, so I just found a time warp. I'm in that medical lab that we saw on the map earlier. So we're going in the right direction. This time warp, I think, is like a bullet time thing. If you find yourself in trouble and you need a break, you can just use the time warp and it slows everybody down so that you can escape. Pretty cool thing just to find laying around. Thing about the medical ward is there's health kits laying everywhere, and we just upgraded our health so we can hold all of it. Properly scavenge this place, and then we should be pretty close to making some progress on the deck, actually. You actually can progress on the first deck fairly quickly if you skip the supply crates and stuff like that. But trust me, the stuff that's in those crates are, more often than not, they are rare schematics, upgrades that you're going to need. So you want to get them if you can. Alright, I think I've cleaned this place out pretty well. Trying to remember which way I was supposed to go. So I came from this direction. And I said I needed to hang a left, right, at the medical lab. Pretty sure that's what I said. So we've got a guy in there. Walking the other direction. That's really the ideal way to go about it, is if you time your shield just right, it will deflect them and turn them around so that you can actually shoot them with the harvester. The harvester of sorrows, as I like to call it. Alright, so I need to go back to this map and see where we're going. I'm in a whole different place than I thought I was, or no, or maybe I'm not. I think it's the map has moved. I think it's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. So we came down through here, and now I'm here. So we need to basically do a 180 and go out that other door into the next room. We're not that far from the iris control. The star drive deck's actually on the way to it, so. So we want to basically do a 180 here and go into the next room. Without stepping on this electrical panel. And yeah, the dangerous panels actually do show up with the super sense. You can see them. Oh crap! I was not expecting that. It scared the crap out of me. I thought when I got in the crawl space here that I was safe. Nope. Wrong.
If I'm reading this correctly, someone planted a silent room near your position. Booby trap? Something went wrong. The captain and the exec both took some extreme steps to defend their position.
Complete.
Yeah, I didn't hear a damn word that she just said. Because I was fighting these assholes. Man, there are tons of enemies here. I know what I need to do. I need to... What's that? Oh crap, it's a bomb! Where's my Ivy serum at? Which that's a melee weapon. I don't know if I can hit that guy with it. Let's use the time warp. And then use the Ivy serum. Now he's our friend. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You and your no eyes self. Looks kind of like Captain Picard, doesn't he? Alright, will he follow me now? You follow me, or are you just going to stand there blind, deaf, and dumb? I guess I could have... There we go. So he does follow along. That's good. So, which way do we go, George? I knew I shouldn't have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. Alright, so here's an enemy in here. Watch this. Yeah, so what you're hearing there is my dark matter running low because I used my shield a few times in a row, and that meter, it regenerates after a minute, but you've got to go easy with it. It's not unlimited, so that's why you want to upgrade that whenever you have 5,000 stem cells to spend on it. Alright, so where the hell am I at? I don't even know. I kinda got turned around fighting all these bad guys. Alright, so I'm here. Iris Control's 2 rooms down. So we are almost there. That's why all these enemies are showing up, because we're actually almost at the destination. This is typically the type of spot I get killed in, but let's not take that for a fact until it happens. Alright, so we need to go right from the direction that I'm facing, which means I need to go this way. Of course, there's one dude right there. There's got to be more than that in here, right? Don't want to let him see us. Oh, there's another one right there, huh? Man, that Ivy serum would come in handy now, wouldn't it? Could just set these guys to fighting one another. If this guy would just move on, we'd be good. Oh, so they went on upstairs. Should probably just try to make our way through here without fighting anybody. Oh, somebody saw me.
Dark matter disabled.
That's it. Iris is just beyond this barrier. If we can get her working, she can calculate the jump vectors for us. You'll have to go through the access tunnels to get any further.
That sounds safe.
Also, there's dark matter suppressors around Iris's core systems. So no porting, I'm afraid.
So dark matter suppressor means I can't teleport. It means I can't use my shield. It means I can't use my super sense. I'm basically just naked here. I've got my guns and that's it. Not yet, but I mean that's what's about to happen as I get close to the Iris.
Dark matter disabled.
No, my dark matter is disabled.
Dark matter disabled.
So I guess I can't use it at all, huh? This is creepy as all hell. Can't go that way, I guess.
Slow and quiet.
Change weaponry, actually. Tight quarters. I don't have my shield. They told me to use my shield, but I don't have a damn shield. What a crock. I mean, do I have like a Oh, I guess my shield actually does work, huh?
Dark matter disabled.
I thought my shield operated from dark matter, but it doesn't. In that case, let's switch back to the stem cell harvester. Come here, jerk. I got something for you. Oh crap. That thing's too quick.
There's an override for the barriers not far from here.
Oh, there's a revolver.
Strong Fury .50 caliber revolver.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maximum stopping power.
Got a 50 caliber, son. What are you gonna do with that? I took stem cells from that thing and it didn't kill it. I guess the tougher enemies.
There's an override for the barriers not far from here.
I guess the tougher enemies can take a shot or two, huh? You dead? Oh, here's the override. Awesome.
That's lowered the barrier, so you should have access to Iris now.
We have access to Iris now. If that thing don't kill me first. Where you at? I hear you, you little prick.
You just need to get to the console and power up Iris. She's not been woken since the last jump.
Alright, we just need to get to the console, which I assume this is the console, and power up Iris. How's my health looking, by the way? Full? Everything's full. Alright.
Not enough power. You need to find the auxiliary. Down the other dark, scary tunnel.
You need to find the auxiliary down the other dark, scary tunnel. Awesome. Just what I wanted to hear. Man, this thing looks so good. And I gotta imagine once PlayStation 5 launches that it's going to be pretty much identical to this, if not even a little better.
You have to go through the maintenance tunnels to turn on
Yes,
auxiliary power.
I know.
There's no getting out of it, Sydney.
I'm trying to get out of it. Just trying to look around. It's so pushy. No idea where I'm going. Only God knows where I've been. I'm a devil on the stem cell lover. I can't know him well.
Keep an eye out for those sneaky bastards, Zimri.
The AI sounded actually frightened of them. Like, I'm the one down here fighting them. Take all this stuff, we're gonna need it. Alright, so I don't even know where I'm at. that I... Only God! I just chased that thing pretty much, and I could be back where I started, or I could be somewhere else. I don't even know. Another one of those little bricks. Heard it behind me. Chase him down and hunt. I'm going to try to find this auxiliary power.
This is it. Just flip that switch and power should flow to Iris.
Yes.
Should? One sure way to find out. I think that's how it's supposed to sound.
That's definitely not how it's supposed to sound.
Come on. Let's get back through the tunnel before they overrun us.
Before they overrun us? What are you talking about? Them sons of bitches. This thing's blowing up.
Almost there now. Just use the console to lower the tower into position.
Sure. Sure, Archie.
That's it! You've done it! Iris is calculating the jump vectors now. That's one problem solved.
This gun is badass. Can't believe I just took that guy out in 2 shots. I remember fighting these guys before and they were tough. I didn't have this gun before. Shots, huh?
Nicely done, Zimri. That looked tough.
No.
Let's get to deck 2 and work on recharging the star drive.
That was
Shooting.
easy. Like I had a tough time fighting those guys the first time I played around it. I don't know if it's just the guns are that awesome, or maybe the difficulty is being readjusted on the game. But I struggled with these bastards before. Anyway, I think this is a pretty good place to wrap it. Yeah, everything I had hoped it would be. Absolutely awesome game. It always has been an awesome game, but now the visuals match the quality of the software. The hardware matches the software now that you can play it on PC. So I highly recommend it. Again, it's releasing on the Steam as well as PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch next Thursday, May the 21st, $29.99, worth every penny. So be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And for those of you new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and to click the notification bell to keep up with all of our content here on the Virtual Strangers channel. With that said, friends, I would like to thank you once again for watching, and I will see you another day from another game. Thanks again. Bye-bye.